Hi there, this is Dr. Evan Osar with Integrative Movement Institute down here in Houston, Texas. It's Thursday. Normally we do our Facebook Lives on Tuesday, but I was traveling on Tuesday. I'm down here getting ready to work on Corrective Exercise Solutions 2.0. So it's 2 years past due, so got to get it done this time. So super excited. Super motivated. My publisher will probably fire me if I don't get it done this time and get him something here in the next couple days. So before I get back to that work, or I should say get started on that work, hope you're having a great week. Hope you are empowering your clients and doing great work with them. I'm sure you are. My buddy and I, Robert Linkul, are doing a pre-con for this year's 2021 Functional Aging Summit. Our friends Dr. Dan Ritchie and Cody Sipe and the whole entire FAI community puts on their annual event. It's virtual still this year, unfortunately. However, it's still going to be an amazing event. Robert and I are doing a 4-hour pre-con on power training for the older adults. Now, speaking of older adults, I was just watching my friend Jackie train her older adult clients. Actually, her trainer, Selena, was training the older adults. And it was really cool to see. She refers to them as her super senior group, which is awesome because they're seniors, they're in their 70s plus, and just an amazing group of individuals. So Bonnie and her client Alan is, on the frailer end of the spectrum. Bonnie is like a dynamic 70, how old is she? 76 years of age, just a dynamo. Today, they were like, is she on caffeine or like, how many cups of coffee did she drink? Because she was just like, she's all over the place. Awesome woman, both as a person individually, however, also awesome in her body. Like she's really encouraged and empowered to continue to age in a healthy and productive manner and get her husband in that same sort of position. Now, we've been talking about power training. And a lot of us in the health and fitness industry, we're like, oh yeah, we know power training, but we think it's just throwing stuff and jumping and plyometric type activities. But remember that power training is, or power I should say, power production is force times velocity. So there's 2 ways, or 3 ways essentially, to help increase power in your older adults. Why is this so important? Because number 1, it helps your client improve things like balance, right? Because when our clients don't have great speed of motion or powerful motion, they don't pick their leg up as quickly, and if they do trip, which we all do, we trip over a curb, we trip over a sidewalk, they can't get their leg out in front of themselves quickly enough to catch themselves, and then they stumble, and then they stumble, and then they ultimately fall. And Bonnie was telling me she was on a vacation recently visiting her kids out on the East Coast, and they were walking through the swamp, so there's a very narrow path. There's roots from all these old trees through the swamp that you have to step over. So again, 76, very narrow path, swamp to the left, swamp to the right, alligators and, I don't know, maybe crocodiles, I don't know, alligators maybe, all on either side if you fall in. So her son was behind her, worried that her 76-year-old mother was going to trip and fall. And she's like, never fell once. 2 miles of the pathway, no problems at all. That's the importance of training power in your older adults, because it will really help them live a quality of life, and also in the event that they trip, which we will all do, that they won't trip and cause a serious injury, because a lot of injuries come from the actual fall on the ground. So you may be saying to yourself, well, that's great, Dr. Osar, but my clients are old and frail or very fragile, right? How do I progress them to getting to that more powerful level? Do I have to have them throw stuff? Do I have to have them lift heavy weight? There's actually a research study that came out, I believe it's in 2015, that said that you don't need any external weight and or loads. Body weight alone is enough to improve power, because remember, it's force and velocity. And a lot of your older clients, they haven't done any training. So anything that gets them to move more forcefully and or faster is going to benefit them. So I'm going to show you a quick progression for your older clients from the beginning to a more advanced version. And again, you just plug the version in for your client that's most appropriate. And that's the importance of doing your assessment and you're using the proper progressions. So first thing we do is have our clients do a supported knee up. And the goal of this is, number one, to train alignment. Because remember, a lot of our older clients, they're a little in that slump posture because of spinal stenosis and other, deconditioning and quite a few other reasons. But they're in this posture right here. So when they're walking, they're shuffling, taking short steps, slow steps, and not really lifting their leg up. It was cool. Bonnie was like, I was walking through that swamp, and I was picking that knee up and putting it down. It was so awesome to see. So we want to teach our clients to get the knee up higher, get the foot up higher essentially, and get it down faster. So one progression I'm using with my 85-year-old client virtually, stay long, hands on the wall, do a plank position. And now it's just from here, knee up, down. Drive it up, drop it down. And just nice quick step, up and down. So again, you can modify that to your client, the speed, the height of the knee. You want to make sure that when the knee comes up, they're able to maintain nice alignment and they're not doing one of these things, right? But they're able to come up with the knee, down with the knee, and just have them do it at a faster rate. When they're done with that progression, just have them walk around and just have them sort of visualize that same thing. Knee up, down. So they get that foot out there in front of them a little bit quicker. The next progression is just get them off the wall. So now what you can have them do, or I should say, actually we'll keep using the wall, is now add some hip flexion and extension on the stationary leg. So from here, it's the same idea. Long spine, align that thoracolpelvic cylinder, step back, now go into split stance, so now I'm going to load this hip here, it's my stationary hip, and now I just make it more dynamic. So now it's up, and then come back down and load. It's always coming back to load that glute of the stationary leg. So it's up, come back down, up, come back down. And again, you can do it as fast and as many repetitions as your client can control. Then the final progression is you just do body weight. So that's just, you can get your client in that split stance position, and now it's here, knee up, back down. Knee up, back down. Making sure your client maintains that alignment, and they're always loading that front hip. So they're not stepping back, right? They're keeping that weight over the front side, knee up, back down. Up, back down. And then once they master that, now you can do a walking lunge, or a dynamic lunge and come back, or a sort of a little bit of a hop. So there's many ways you can progress this pattern, but you can see from the most simple pattern to an intermediate pattern to a more advanced pattern. You can make this pattern appropriate for the level of client from beginner that's just walking in day one to the individual that's more advanced and needs more challenge. So I hope you like that progression. It was very easy and simple that you can plug it right into your programs, and that you'll join Robert and I for that 4-hour pre-con. We're going to give you the corrective exercises and resistance exercises to help you train your clients to improve power. We're going to show you the best progressions, the progressions we use most frequently. We'll take you from the most introductory client to the most advanced client. Power training. We'll show you how to get to throwing things, because you want to train your client. You don't want to say, hey, just throw some stuff. You progress your client. I mean, Jackie's working with a 97-year-old lady, and she can't get her arm above here. So obviously she can't throw from overhead, but can she come here and just sort of maybe drop it, but almost like a little bit of a throw? Absolutely. So that's the progression that's appropriate for that client. So we'll show you how to use the appropriate progressions. We'll show you how to put this into a program. So we're going to give you our templates, the templates that we created and used in our own clinics and our own programs. So that way you leave this 4-hour session with the templates and you know how to plug this information directly into the programs that you're already using with success. Mary's going to put the link below this video at some point today, so check back. The link will be there. We'll also put it out in our email, and we hope to see you. Robert and I hope to see you at our pre-con. I believe it's Thursday, June 9th. And if you sign up before, I think June 1st, Robert and I are doing a special bonus session on Wednesday, June 8th at night, so Pacific time. So you'll be able to make it, and if you can't make it, we'll give you the recording. We're going to take your questions and answers. We're going to give you a little bit of background and preview of the 4-hour training session. So you're going to get a lot of information. And you know, if you know Robert and I, you know we're going to over-deliver on that. So thank you so much for watching today. Go out, make a great day, and we'll see you next time at Integrative Movement Insider. This is Dr. Evan Osar. Take care. Go out and empower your clients.